Hi, guys. Hey. It's Tuesday, right? I literally wasn't sure what day it was this morning when I woke up. It's very interesting. So I hope everybody's doing really well. I even put a meme up with the energy update. I put a meme up on the community tab about it being like the 87th day of March or something like that, because it sure feels like it. Hi, guys. Come on in. Hit the like button as you come in. If you would, please do that. A bonus. Hey, guys. I hope you guys are doing well in isolation. Hi, Corey. Hi, guys. Corey, I saw your little picture of the kitty. She's so adorable. Perched up on your shoulder. I love it. All right. So today's two businesses. I have two businesses that I'm going to put out there today. And we're going to do that first so I don't forget and I can give them the proper attention they deserve. My friend Kara, she's been a client and a longtime friend. She does writing and professional, publishing and writing services. And she has a seminar to help you guys. Good morning, Cal. To help you guys with writing and publishing. So she has 20% off of the seminar. So if you have absolutely nothing to do with your time, you can head over to Kara's website and get 20% off of her writing and publishing seminar. It's Highsmith Creative Services. All of the information is in the description box. Use the code Fearless20. That is specifically for the Fearless Intuition team. So, and Mackenzie Herbal. She is a follower of mine, follower on Twitter. I'm actually really interested in her products. I haven't used them yet, but I'm planning on getting some because she does holistic health. She has a website. She sells teas and honeys and shea butters and just really good holistic stuff that I think that we all need to help boost our immune systems. She is at Mackenzie, at McHerbal, it's all the Twitter handle is below and her website is below. So those are our businesses, our small businesses for the day. I hope you guys are doing really well. It's funny because I gotta adjust. I woke up this morning. Really like ready to go and in a good mood. I slept really well last night. I had more dreams, but it's so funny because I don't dream. And I know why. Mercury is still in Pisces and it just it joined Neptune just a couple of days ago. So I sort of think that's why. We also have some other things happening with Neptune later on in the week, but it's been or Mercury's coming up to conjoin Neptune in a couple of days. That's what I meant to say. It hasn't happened yet, but it's like coming up to join with Neptune in Pisces. And I think that's why the dreams are a little bit crazy. Today's big top story is that Mars conjunct Saturn. And I believe it just happened like just a few minutes ago, or just a little bit ago, it happened. And this is the restriction stuff that we've been talking about, where everybody really wants to like start moving forward and start getting things done and start like putting their lives back together and like, let's do this, let's figure this out, let's get this going and stuff like that. But there are going to be so many restrictions. There's going to be red tape. There's going to be probably stronger restrictions on society, Aquarius, right? Societal standards, and the whole social distancing thing is going to be even harder. And so also on top of that, we have the moon in Cancer, and that joined up with the North Node early this morning as well. And the North Node is actually on its way to Gemini. So it's really interesting that we're going to talk about this today, because when the North Node moves into Gemini, it's like a whole different ball game when it comes to what our purpose is, especially since it's going to be working with the energies of everything that's happening in Aquarius as well. So it'll be really interesting to see how the next couple of years play out. The North Node stays in a sign for about a year and a half. It's been in Cancer since 2018, the summer of May 2018 or something like that. And it's starting to move. It's going to move into Gemini here in just a little bit. But the North Node is about our purpose in this lifetime. So wherever the North Node sits in your chart, like the North Node for me is in the 11th house. So my purpose in this lifetime was literally, I was supposed to connect with the community. I was supposed to be an innovator. I was supposed to put myself out there. And it's also Virgo. So it's like the taking. In past lifetimes, I was so focused on myself that this lifetime I have to focus on everybody else. So there you go. But with the North Node in Cancer right now, it's a very homey feeling. Cancer is, the mom, the sign of the, it's like, oh, let me take care of you. But the moon joining the North Node today brings that emotional intensity to it on top of Mars joining Saturn. So I've already noticed kind of the pressure behind my eyes. I noticed that I was starting to see auras this morning, which usually means I'm going to have a migraine later in the day. And then it went away. So I can feel the pressures of the energies shifting. So really, really pay attention to the pressure that's building up, because you don't want it to be where it's like a pressure cooker where you let it go and all the steam releases all at once. You want your pressure to gradually release through all of this. Otherwise, you could lose valuable friends by getting really angry with them. The biggest thing is right now, like, don't argue. Don't force it. Don't argue. If it's not meant for you, it will fall away. And it probably already has fallen away. And if it is meant for you, it will stay. It will endure. This is a time of things that, like projects, like you start projects, and if it doesn't work out very well, you come back to it because it's going to be a lasting long-term project for you to be doing. So you have to remember to sort of have faith in the process and the flow. Speak your truth. You don't have to explain why you feel the way you do. Let your truth be a complete sentence, but don't be mean about it. I have to remind myself all the time. I have to say, am I about to say something in a really rude way? Because Virgo, we don't know sometimes. Like, let me tell you a little secret. Sometimes we say things because we just want to help, but sometimes we say things like in a mean way, and we don't realize that we're actually hurting someone's feelings. So there you go. You've been having headaches lately as well. Yeah. And that's sort of the pressure that you're feeling with everything coming up and everything sort of like bubbling. It's like everything is starting to bubble up to the surface. And if we don't watch it, it could become like angry central. You had a migraine this morning. Yeah. I mean, Mars and Saturn, they're both, it's like a power play. It's like Mars is the warrior and Saturn is the dad, and Saturn is like, whoa, Mars, y'all need to just chill out a little bit. So yeah, you're gonna feel that pressure happening. You're good at speaking. Good. I'm glad you've gotten good at speaking your truth, Karen. That was something. Feeling a lot of helpless anxiety today. It's not whatever though, Chris. I don't want you to write it off like that. That's what I mean by allowing yourself to feel the feeling. When you feel what the anxiety is, you have to ask yourself, is this feeling real? Is this feeling real that I'm feeling right now? Or is this something based on something I heard on the news, based on something that somebody said to me? When you're feeling the anxiety, when you're feeling that sadness, when you're feeling the helplessness, when you're feeling the hopelessness, you have to allow yourself to feel that. Because if you just say, oh, whatever, it is what it is. It's because it's this, it's because it's that. If you write it off, that's going to fester and it'll grow and grow. And when we allow feelings to fester within us, it becomes disease, right? Disease. Thank you very much. There is no coincidence that dis-ease is also spelled disease. So allowing yourself to feel what you're feeling and not writing it off is going to be a really big thing, especially being in isolation. What if the feeling is real? Accept the reality of the situation. If the feeling is, we want the feeling to be real, because if the feeling isn't, if you're making up this feeling based on what other people are saying to you, then you know it's an illusion. If the feeling is real, then you can pinpoint why you're feeling that way and then do something about it. If it's because of a person and the way a person's treating you, get that person out of your life. If it's because of a situation that's going on, if it's because of what's happening in the world right now, you have to evaluate, why am I afraid? Am I afraid because people are telling me to be afraid? Am I healthy? Am I safe? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I staying home? Am I isolating? Am I doing all of the stuff that I can control in this situation? If you're not doing any of that, right? If you're not doing any of the things that you can control in this situation, then of course you're going to be afraid of what everybody's saying to you. Have felt angry the last few days, kind of coming out of the blues. That's good. Truth bombs clear the much needed mental space. I'm just saying, you don't have to listen to me, Chris. You really don't. You don't have to listen to me. But I've had a lot of people ask me how I'm able to stay grounded during this, how I'm able to stay upbeat, how I'm able to stay uplifted. And the question that I'm going to give you, it's the same question that I give to everybody about asking me that. I know my own truth. I've been working on myself for a very long time. I teach workshops to show you guys how to come into alignment with yourself. I teach how to come in to stay in the present moment. I teach how to manifest from a place of happiness and joy. All of that stuff is on my workshop. None of my services are available, but you can still get my workshop. And allowing yourself to accept, this is the reality, and we have to accept it, and we have to live a new kind of normal. And you can be angry about it, and you can be sad about it, and you can be afraid about it. But sitting in that and allowing yourself to stay in that spot instead of creating reality. There's nothing saying that we can't stop living. There's nothing saying we can't. There's no number saying that we can't stop living, right? And that's the other thing. Turn off the television. If you are allowing yourself to get updates after updates, if you're like update bombing yourself, please stop, because you're only creating more disease. Yesterday, none of my technology was working and I was a grouch bag. Aw. That's crazy. You know what's really funny is I've actually had some technological problems lately, and I know that there's a lot of predictions that technology is probably going to start going haywire at some point. I think that right now, what I want everybody to do is not think about what could go wrong. If you think about what could go wrong and you allow yourself to think what could go wrong, you're going to drive yourself crazy right now. Don't do that. Don't do that. How about some cards? We're going to use the modern. Aw, that's really sweet. It's a big fat lie, but that's really sweet. So Miroslav said that they only watch me and no TV, and that's really kind. It's so nice. So I'm using the Modern Spellcasters Tarot today by Melanie Marquis. You know, I watch long enough for me to get updated. I watch the local news for me to get up, you know, how they do the segments where they're constantly doing the same segment over and over again. Like I'll watch the segment and I'll get my updates for the local news, and then I'll watch the global news or the international or whatever. Like I'll watch the CNN or the MSNBC and get that update, and then that's it, right? And I break it up. Like I watch the local news in the morning, and then I watch the other stuff in the afternoon. I don't sit there with the TV on all day, getting update after update after update. Even because on Twitter they're giving you coronavirus. I'm sorry, I said the word. Whoops. They're giving you the updates even on Twitter, and I have to shut that down. I have to be like, I can't. Some days I can't even go on Twitter because I don't want to like. This is not what I'm here for. So, good morning, Milo. Hi, Robert. Yeah. I mean, we have to stay informed. You have to stay informed so that you can stay aware. But you have to drown yourself in it. And trust me, the updates are not as they're not changing as swiftly as they were a week ago. You know what I mean? They're still changing day to day. But I think that we're starting to move into more of a healing phase instead of a fear-based phase. And I feel like that's what the cards are saying. Like, where are you placing your energies? Where are you allowing your energies to go? If you guys haven't had a chance to hit that thumbs up button below the video, I would really appreciate that. I think you have to close out of chat to be able to do that. But if you could do it for me, that would be better than anything. And people are asking me, how can you support me during this time? Because I'm not doing any personal readings or anything. If you feel called to, there is no pressure here. But if you feel called to, you can support me in a couple of ways. My PayPal and Venmo information is below. You can become a member of the channel either by clicking join. Memberships are as inexpensive as $6.99. You get all sorts of extra love readings, especially for April. You get the entire love reading for April being a member, and those are already being rolled out. You can also be a member on Patreon. Everybody gets the same, with each of the levels, everybody gets the same. With the mid-tier level, I will actually be doing the members only live. I'm going to be doing it not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday. Usually I do it the first Saturday of the month. But I'm getting some dental work done this week. So, hi guys. Welcome to Tuesday. This is my favorite. I think I've owned like 4 of these decks because it's my favorite. I've used it. And then this deck, I was like, I'm going to try and be nicer to it and not use it as much. But it quickly became my favorite when I began reading tarot. It was one of my first decks I purchased. I have a thing for artwork on decks. I love to read the artwork. Okay, let's see what we have here. I do feel like there's sort of a nurturing that's happening. There's a recognition of this healing kind of energy, this nurturing kind of energy, and realizing that you don't have to be burdened anymore so much. My Lord, I will think of you. I don't know what you're talking about. That's weird. The 6 of Pentacles. You know what's really interesting? Sorry guys, I know I'm cutting off the reading again. I promise I won't do that. Oh, the dentist. Oh, I'll be fine. Thank you. It's fine. It's actually a really good thing because it needs to be taken care of so I can be healthy. Miroslav asked me if I was ever going to do tarot cards, my own tarot cards, and I am. I'm actually planning. Carrie is my roommate that I live with now. She's a graphic designer and does amazing work. And then we have a friend who's actually an art teacher, and she's a beautiful artist. So we're all going to collaborate together. And y'all know that I have my own ways of reading the cards. So it's going to be very interesting how this happens. But it's just starting, so like not really a big deal right quite yet. But anyway, okay, so we have the 6 of Pentacles, we have the Sun, we have the Hermit, we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the 10 of Wands, and we have the High Priestess. Okay, I love this because I do feel like we're moving into a time where we're accepting and healing. And like the burden is sort of being released a little bit more. We don't have to sit, because even though we're still restricted and may even be restricted even more, it's almost like we're getting settled into the new normal. We're getting settled into the new way of doing things, and we don't have to fight against it. Now, here's the thing is I do feel intuitively, some of us are starting to recognize and notice that there is sort of an anger and might even be a backlash because some states are starting to extend their isolation periods. And that's what I meant by longer and stronger restrictions are going to be happening with this Saturn and Aquarius stuff. And so like just when we're getting comfortable and the tension is starting to release, I feel like there's going to be a longer restriction placed, and then people are going to start getting angry and restless and not really sure. But right now, I want you to hang on to this opportunity that we're getting right now. I want you to hang on to the feeling of being grounded and feeling safe in this moment. And the reason why I want you to hang on to this, and I want you to remember the time right of this present moment and this time right now of how good it feels, because when it's not, because we're going to get back to a point to where it doesn't feel so good, right? We're going to do the ebbs and flows, the ebbs and flows, the ebbs and flows. So, and when I'm doing these readings to you, I'm actually trying, because sometimes I forget the readings, but I'm trying to remember what I'm saying, because I know that I'm going to need this same advice that Spirit's giving me to give to you guys. I'm going to need the same advice. You have to remember the good times. You have to remember how you feel so you can bring that feeling back when things aren't doing so well, if you will. That makes sense. Let's see what the Six of Pentacles is. Hi, Jess. Good, Lori. I'm so glad to hear that. I want you to hold on to that. I want you to hold on to that. We are starting a new adventure. I want you to give your energy to the new journey that you're on, the new adventure, that Page of Pentacles. I want you to give your energy to, a lot of us are having to teach our children. I want you to find the joy in that. Don't stress it. A lot of, the teachers are going to understand you were not trained to be a teacher. Allow yourself to not stress when it comes to the schooling. I had to say to my son's teacher, it's hard because the parent-child relationship is being strained within this. And so allowing us to just relax and say, take the pressure off of yourself, right? 10 of Wands, take the pressure off of yourself. Allow yourself to see how things are getting better. And there is, like, every once in a while, there's this little tiny seeping of information where there's like positive or like a ray of hope or, a ray of sunshine that's coming out of whatever news networks we're listening to. And so seeing like the joyful things that you still have, allowing yourself to be grateful for what you've lost, and allowing yourself to be grateful for what you're gaining because of what you lost. That's the story for today. That's the story. And realizing that you can focus on your path in a much more emotional way, because now those emotions aren't so restricted, right? King of Wands on the Sun. You may also, if you could either be identifying with the Queen of Pentacles down here, or you could be identifying with the King of Wands. There's a healing presence when it comes to, and this to me, the Wands characters, when they come out, really represents Aries season that we're in right now. And I do kind of feel like there's sort of this warrior vibe with Chiron being in Aries, Chiron being in Aries right now and for the next several years. There is sort of this like allowing yourself to see how you've been healing and how you're letting yourself heal while in this isolated time, the Hermit. You see? I was already a homeschooler parent. Oh, I know, man. There's so much. There's so much. I wonder why the chat is, something is happening with the chat. It says that I'm unable to connect to chat. That's weird. Can you guys still see me? That's really strange. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. Now I can see the chat. I had to pop it out. Let's see if I can restore it over here. Weird. All right. Well, we'll just pop it out and look at it that way. I mean, welcome to the new normal, right, guys? That's so funny. But I can still see you. Good deal. Okay. So allow the season to heal you. If you have people, specifically fire signs, are doing pretty good right now. You might have some people that can bring you a little bit more optimism that's going on in your life. Okay, let's see what the Hermit is. Oh, what's really funny to me, and I've recognized this about myself through this whole process, is realizing that even when you're restricted and you're in isolation and you're not able to necessarily like get out there anymore, that chariot, like, you're still on your journey, you're still moving forward. This is kind of that, the Cancer moon, because the chariot represents Cancer, right? This is that the Cancer moon conjoining with the North Node this morning. This is that, like, still being able to see your journey and where you're going, and like laying the path out. I keep having these aha moments where, oh, that's how I got here, or oh my God, that makes so much sense now why that had to happen, or why it happened the way that it did. I keep having these revelations, and it, when I have those revelations, it's like reminding me that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is the path that I'm supposed to be on. And when you recognize that, you can kind of settle yourself into it a little more, and you don't have to struggle so hard to push forward. You don't have to struggle so hard to see the path laying out in front of you, because you're recognizing how it all, like the building blocks. I'm such a Virgo. Yes, I analyze everything to death, but I love that I can analyze the past and how it laid out and see the building blocks to where I am right now. So when you give yourself a chance to become aware of where you've been, appreciate and be grateful for the things that you've lost and the struggles that you had to go through as you move forward, and the people along the way who've helped you heal and who have guided you, who maybe have broken your heart, so that that's helping you heal too, you guys. Seriously, even heartbreaks help you heal, because you recognize what's not working for you anymore, and you recognize and you see what you need to change because it's not working for you anymore. Let's see the Queen of Pentacles getting grounded. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is very nurturing, but in a very no nonsense kind of way. She takes care of everybody relentlessly. She takes care of everybody relentlessly without question. Sometimes she takes care of people so much that she forgets to take care of herself. And I feel like nobody's fighting. I literally want to say nobody's fighting the Queen of Pentacles energy anymore. It's like the chaos has subsided. It's like it's like you're recognizing, oh, this is how we're going to be caring for ourselves now. This is that new kind of grounding energy. And it's more of, being the homemaker that we all have to be. Some people really don't like their homes and they have a hard time being the homemaker. I feel like some of you are actually not wanting to argue anymore with your significant other and heal the relationship. I feel like there's a need and a want to heal the relationship, and you don't want to carry the burden of the past anymore. With the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Cups on the 10 of Wands, it almost feels as if maybe even a separation, or maybe even because with the Chariot here, the social distancing, something about the distancing between you and either somebody else or other people is helping heal the entire and releasing the burden. And this is what I mean by being grateful about the past and accepting everything that's had to happen in order to move forward. But that 10 of Wands means that you're at the very end of it. Like, you don't have to go through that struggle anymore. And the High Priestess. Mercury is in Pisces right now. The High Priestess represents Pisces. When Mercury is in Pisces, communication can be overloaded, right? Or it can be confusing. It can be messy. And Mercury will be in Pisces until April 10th, where it will go into Aquarius, where it feels a lot more comfortable in Aquarius. But then Mercury will also have the same meetup with Saturn that Mars did. So that'll be quite interesting as we get there in the coming weeks. We won't talk about that right now. 10 of Swords, you guys. Oh, I'm sure this quarantine, like for those who are in relationships and you actually live with the person, because I know a lot of people that are in relationships, but they're at distances or they don't live together. But for those of you that are in quarantine with a significant other, your relation, like this is a make it or break it. Like you guys are either going to make it forever or not last through this. So the 10 of Swords on the High Priestess, if you allow yourself to go down that rabbit hole again, remember to trust your intuition in all things. That 10 of Swords is letting your mind run away with you, going to the worst possible case scenario, and thinking that everything is going to be a complete disaster, total and complete disaster, right? Also, really watch your communication right now. I feel like a lot of us need to remember to watch our words, watch what we're saying, watch how we're saying things. I'm giving myself that same advice, you guys. I'm so bad at it sometimes. I mean well. The bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. We have the 4 of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Okay. Healthy, loving boundaries. We were talking about this all the time. Some of you are really scared about your finances right now. Totally valid to be afraid of that. Try and come to peace with the situation. I know that it's really hard. Whatever it is that you have to lose or release during this time, know that it was for your best and highest good. Controlling the situation will not change the outcome. It will only make it harder on you. Okay? So we have to remember, like, one of the things that I tell people, because I can manifest things really, really easily. And the reason why I can manifest things really easily is because I don't, how do I say this? First of all, I don't give value to material things. I don't let my environment, wherever I live, wherever I'm going, whatever I'm doing, I try not to let it define me. It can mess with my mood, but I make things work. I make my environment, I make my bank account, I make things work in the way that helps flow with me, right? Some people want something so badly that they try. And the more they try, the more resistance they're getting. And a lot of times it's because they don't realize that they're not supposed to have that thing that they think that they want, because even once they get that thing that they want, they're still going to be miserable. You see, we think we want something to make us happy, but it's not necessarily going to make us happy. So as you're shifting, as your outside world is shifting, you have to remember to shift your inside world very, very well. Also, watch how you're saying things. You can have healthy, loving boundaries with this 7 of Wands. You can have healthy, loving boundaries, but you don't have to be mean about it. Like, let's try not to be mean about it. Hi, Lisa. You're welcome. I love my job, but I'm really glad that I can be here for you guys. And I can see how things lined up for, I still have to sort of watch my energy during this time too, but I'm really glad that I can be here for you guys. And I love you as well. I really love you as well. And try, if you can. Right. That's what I was saying. I think I already said that, but thank you for reiterating. The Mercury will conjunct with Neptune in Pisces. And that's actually happening on I believe it's the 4th. Let me look instead of getting crusty information for you guys. I think I actually looked it up at one point just to double check, and now I've forgotten again. Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. The 3rd. So on Friday the 3rd, Mercury will conjunct with Neptune, but it's like already coming up to the degrees where the energy is going to be coming a little bit stronger for the next couple of days. So I love you guys. Take really good care of yourselves. Thanks for joining me this morning. And again, if you would like to get the love readings for April, I have 6 of them done. I'm going to do some more today. I'm going to do some more tomorrow morning before I have to have my dental work done. Hopefully I get them all done before the dental work. Crossing my fingers. We'll see. The general readings for April will start rolling out this weekend. Again, fingers crossed, hoping that everything goes well. And if you want to get the love readings for April, you can become a member by joining the channel. That's the only way that you can support me right now, or you can get the workshops. I'll put the link to the workshops on my website. The workshops are like 1.5 to 2 hours of me telling you how to live your life in alignment and how I learned how to live my life in alignment. I'm just basically sharing everything that I've learned. So if you haven't had a chance to do those workshops, all of that is on my website. That's how you can support the channel and you can support me at this time. And I love you guys. Take care. Bye.